Hi, what's up guys? Want to do a little video on the new CBL 2.5. Alright, so what is the CBL? The CBL, the L stands for light. What we've got here is a new bottom plate and a new top plate. And we'll look at the weight differences between the regular CB 2.5 and the CBL 2.5. Ooh, battery's done. So anyway, we're going to look at the weight differences between the two for the CBL and the CB. What it is we have a foam core 2mm bottom plate, and we went from a 1.5mm top plate to a 0.8mm top plate. And the whole idea behind this is to obviously reduce the weight. And along with that comes another change, and that is it is a 16x16 FC pattern only. And a couple guys asked already, like, well, you know, why not do the 20x20 and just give us the option? Well, because you're going to build it heavy, you're going to fly it, and you're going to, you know, break it and call it a piece of shit or whatever. And really the truth of the matter is, this foam core stuff, I don't see anybody really making frames with this. I see a couple people doing some arms for some 5-inch stuff, and it's turned out pretty okay. The strength is there, the durability is there, but they do tend to chip along the edges, and I think that's just because it's not carbon all the way through, you know. So you know, this is an experiment right now. Might run with it, might might discontinue it. It just kind of all depends upon y'all's feedback and what you think. But in essence, I think I accomplished what I wanted to do. This frame right here, I'll just go over the specs real quick. This is the CBL 2.5. It's running the Airblade 1103 8000 kV, and this is a 2.5-inch prop, of course. And the whole thing is here also is that this is designed for 2S. Okay, this isn't designed for 3S. So keeping that in mind, I think I was able to safely drop to a 0.8mm top plate. So with that battery riding up top, it doesn't have all that mass that a 3S LiPo does. So I think the durability is going to be there. And anyway, back to the specs. The CB frames, all the frames are designed around the micro style cameras. So we've got a Runcam micro in there. I've got a 16x16 FC ESC stack that I got from Airblade. I think they call it an Airblade F3 or something, but it's basically a Banggood deal. And then I got a VTX03, and then I've got an XM RX in the back. That's why I've only got one antenna there. The XM doesn't have diversity. But I went with that because it was a smaller receiver. I only had one antenna. I don't fly really far with this guy. I just kind of stick to the backyard, and you know, I fly this at the house a lot. I fly mainly at the house, and I've obviously got a lot of woods and stuff here. So I think that this is going to prove to be a pretty durable model for me personally, just because of the environment that I fly. If you fly over concrete or asphalt a lot, it may or may not hold up. I don't know. So let me know if you get one. But let's see, the weight of this guy, as is with all those components, this is 62.6 grams. Regular CB 2.5s are running anywhere in the upper 80 to 90 gram range. So this is a huge weight cut here. I have here the bottom plates. These are the two bottom plates. This is the foam core, and this is the 2.5mm standard base plate. 2.5mm carbon, 17.1 grams. The foam core, 10.7 grams, 10.7678, somewhere in there. So that's a huge weight reduction. The top plates, okay, the CB 2.5, the standard, 3.5 grams, and the 0.8mm, 2.4, 2.5. So, you know, you're talking a gram there, and you know, however many grams on the frames. That's a huge weight difference between the two frames. And all of that, I feel, has given this thing a feel more like a 5-inch quad. You know, with the other CBs that I've flown, unless you're on 3S or 4S, then you really don't feel the weight there. But as far as 2S is concerned, you're up here a whole lot in that throttle range, just flying around because it's so heavy, right? With this guy, I'm much more in the middle of that throttle band, and it feels more like a 5-inch. I can go from my 5-inch to this on 2S, and I don't have to really adapt too much. It feels pretty similar, all things considered. So let's take a look at some DVR footage. I got 3 different batteries. I've got the Nanotech 300, which is what I'm probably going to run on my CB 2-inch. It's just not enough, I think, for this guy. The 450, this has been a favorite battery for me. It doesn't perform well, like it doesn't have as much of a kick as this. My dream battery would be a 450 milliamp hour version of this. But then after the Tattoo 450, I've got the Bolt 500. And so this is the biggest battery, but this thing has a kick like this. So these battery weights, the Nanotech, you're looking at 17.8 grams. The Tattoo, 28.8 grams. And then the Bolt, you're looking at 31 grams. So it's not that much more weight to go from this to this, but I think we're gonna have the kick. I actually have not flown it with this, so we're gonna do that today and check out some DVR. So let's fly. All right, so it's now actually the next day. I got pulled away by the family to do some stuff, and today's not as nice out, but nobody's here and should be interruption free. So first pack that we're gonna fly is gonna be the Nanotech. This is the 300 milliamp hour battery, and I need to say this: these batteries are a couple years old, and they're probably pretty sorry example of this battery. They're pretty clapped out, but we're gonna fly it anyway. And I got the timer on, so we'll look at that. And I'm not gonna fly too aggressive because this is my last set of props. I want to be able to make it through the day without any issues. So, all right, let's do this. Turn the DVR on. And we're recording. Another thing is I got my throttle percentage up there. Already at low battery. Yeah, these batteries are pretty done. So, would I recommend this battery? No. I'm going to put it on my 2-inch. This is going to be what I'm going to run on my 2-inch. Now, I did race with these batteries last season on the 2.5. But 2-inch, a little bit lighter. It should be good. So, yeah, this battery is probably no good for this guy. So, let's bring it in. And that's that. All right, next we have the Tattoo 450. So we're gonna get some flight times out of this, but the discharge on the battery sucks. It's not that good, I don't think. And it's a little bit heavier, quite a bit heavier actually when you think in terms of percentages, but it's still good. They sag easy, but you see it bounce right back up to 7.2. So the IR is not great on these batteries. In fact, the Nanotechs and the bolts have really good IR. GMB has a, I've only got one GMB battery, and I know a lot of people like them. I just haven't bought any. But I was looking last night, or this morning rather, and I found GMB has a little stick lipo in the shape of this one. That's a 550 or a 450 or something like that. And that might be what I'm looking for. But, you know, what are we armed for almost 2 minutes now? Yeah, so that's nice. So decent flight times out of this battery, but the kick isn't really there. And the lack of the kick, I don't know if the lack of kick makes it feel like the battery's heavier than it really is. You know, it could just be deceiving. Could be mistaking the additional weight for what's actually really a low discharge rate. See, as soon as I recover from a dive towards the end of this pack, this thing's like sagging. And I've not tuned this guy, I just flashed it like I said. I put my rates and put a little bit of what I think should be done. But I'm no master at tuning. Alright, and lastly, the bolt. So, the bolt fits up there. It's not like it's crazy disproportionate. You know, it fits up there. It hangs over the edges a little bit, but it's not bad. So let's fly this thing. Now these have been kick-ass batteries for me for a while. Alright, so yeah, they got punch. Needs tuning. High oscillation. But look at that. This battery's just taking it. Yeah, this is the pack. For now, anyway. It's a little windy out too. I can feel this guy getting blown around. I mean, hell, it's how many grams? You know. I'm not the best acro flyer. I'm trying. Oh shit. I hope I didn't bend a prop. So our arm time, we're at 1:30 about. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. Nailed it. This thing is so quiet. It's so small. I mean, to me, this is like the perfect park flyer on those days that the park is like really just, there's a lot of people, you still want to fly. Can't rip a 5-inch or a 4-inch or a 13XX, 3-inch for that matter, because it's just gonna create too much attention. you're going to be so stealth and so under the radar with these little builds. Any little builds, really. It's just great. Forgot what voltage we landed at last time. I'll just go until we have low volts. I think that's what was going on. I landed because it said low volts. So I'll just do the same. I don't know what that was. Sticking around. Yeah, we got bobbles on the front. Yeah. Some on the roll. Definitely some on pitch. So we'll dick with that. Maybe later today. Alright. So those are the 3 packs. I think the bolt is really what I'm going to run. It's definitely the heaviest. You can feel it, but I think the battery performance kind of negates the weight from it. So I think that's probably what I'm going to run. And these are old as hell too, so I probably need to buy some new batteries. It's just time for them to time for me to get new batteries. So yeah, that is the 2.5L in a super lightweight configuration.